The sun hung low over Willow Grove, casting a golden glow across manicured lawns and cul-de-sacs where kids zipped by on bikes. It was a Saturday in spring, the kind that felt like it belonged in a family movie, until it didn't. Inside the Harper house, bacon crackled on the stove, and the scent of maple syrup drifted through the air. Emily Harper hummed a pop song while flipping pancakes, her 12-year-old son, Liam, outside in the front yard, engrossed in his weekly ritual, arranging his collection of garden gnomes into elaborate scenes. To Liam, these weren't just ceramic figures. They were heroes and villains in a saga only he could narrate. Today's story featured his favorite gnome, a smirking, sunglasses-wearing rebel clutching a soda can, flipping the bird at the street from the edge of the driveway. Emily stepped onto the porch with her coffee, chuckling at Liam's creation. "Careful with that one," she teased. "The neighborhood watch might arrest it for attitude." Liam grinned, adjusting a gnome's fishing rod with precision. "It's just a gnome, Mom." But then came the sound. Tires crunching gravel, slow and deliberate. A black SUV rolled into the cul-de-sac. No plates, no logos, just dark-tinted windows reflecting the cloudless sky. Emily's stomach tightened. The vehicle stopped in front of their house, and two men stepped out, mid-30s, clean-cut, wearing black tactical vests labeled Community Standards Unit. One held a clipboard, the other, sporting aviators, scanned the yard like a predator. "Your property violates Ordinance 3.2b, the sunglasses guy barked, pointing at Liam's rebel gnome. "Offensive lawn decor. Remove it now." Emily blinked, caught between confusion and amusement. "It's a gnome. A joke. It's a lewd gesture in public view." Clipboard snapped, thrusting a citation at her. No letterhead, just blocky text. Liam stepped in front of his gnome, protective. "It's mine. You're overreacting." Sunglasses lunged, grabbing Liam's arm with a grip that made him yelp. Emily's coffee mug shattered on the steps as she surged forward, heart pounding. "Let go of my son." Before she could reach them, a voice sliced through the chaos, low, lethal. "Release him. Now." Standing by the garage was Ethan, Emily's older brother, unannounced and unexpected. He hadn't called, hadn't texted, yet there he was, boots scuffed, hoodie faded, eyes like steel. Ethan was no stranger to danger. A former Special Forces operative, he'd spent years cleaning up messes the world never heard about. Now, he stood in their suburban driveway, radiating a calm that felt like the eye of a storm. Sunglasses faltered. "This is official business. Back off." Ethan tilted his head. 3 seconds. The man tightened his grip on Liam, a fatal mistake. Liam screamed, a sound that tore through Emily's chest. She charged, but Ethan was already moving. In one fluid motion, he closed the gap, twisted Sunglasses' wrist, and sent the taser he'd reached for skittering across the lawn. An elbow to the ribs dropped the man gasping. Clipboard lunged, but Ethan sidestepped, sweeping his legs and pinning him face down with a knee to his spine. 10 seconds, 2 men down, no wasted moves. Neighbors gaped from porches. Phones recorded. Sirens wailed in the distance. Ethan stood back, hands loose, as deputies arrived. The men's vests and citations were fake. No IDs, no records, just a burner phone and a map with the Harper's house circled in red. The sheriff's deputy, a sharp-eyed woman named Torres, cuffed the imposters. "You're lucky he was here," she told Emily, nodding at Ethan. But Ethan wasn't relieved. As the cruiser pulled away, he stared at the horizon. "This wasn't random," he muttered, handing Emily a crumpled paper from one of the men's pockets. Coordinates, names, and the phrase Community Initiative, Cell 4, observation complete. That night, Ethan sat on the porch, eyes scanning the dark. Emily joined him, clutching coffee that had gone cold. "Why us?" she asked. "They weren't after you," Ethan said. "They were testing me." The next morning, a black sedan idled across the street, tinted windows hiding its occupant. Emily's gut churned, but when she checked at 2 a.m., it was gone. Her phone chimed with a message. No sender, just a photo of the sedan engulfed in flames, captioned, "He watched too long." Ethan's work. Days later, Torres arrived with a file. The imposters had vanished from custody. No records, no footage. But they'd left behind a binder. Names, addresses, photos, including Liam's school schedule. "This is a target list," Torres said. "Your brother's name is flagged as a complication." Ethan went dark that night, leaving Emily a sealed envelope for Torres if he didn't return. For 24 hours, silence. Then, a note appeared on the back gate. A grainy photo of Ethan entering a warehouse, time-stamped, with the words, "1 down, 6 to go." The warehouse burned that night. No survivors reported. The black sedan returned, but so did Ethan. At 3 a.m., 3 men in tactical gear crept toward the house. Cameras dead, power cut. Emily gripped a bat, but before they could breach, Ethan struck. A flash from the woods, a fence shattered, and 2 men were down. The third zip-tied to the mailbox with a sign. "Send 3, I keep 1. Ethan whispered something to the captive that left him pale and silent. Torres arrived, exasperated. "He's out of control." Ethan shook his head. "They are. I'm the fix." The captive confessed. "No HOA, just a front called Operation Safe Block, funded by a shadow network posing as civic groups." Ethan handed Emily a USB from the men's SUV. Encrypted files detailing a private intelligence op targeting neighborhoods for control, data, and property. The Harpers were marked red, resistance expected. A final envelope arrived, revealing a photo of Victor Kane, a former DHS consultant turned CEO of Civic Trust, a front company. Ethan sent Kane an ultimatum: resign or vanish. The next day, Kane stepped down amid a media firestorm, but Ethan wasn't done. He delivered a phone to Torres, emails, transfers, videos exposing Project Silent Gate, a scheme to manipulate communities under the guise of order. The feds swooped in, arresting dozens, freezing billions, but the mastermind slipped away. Ethan vanished again, leaving a note. "If they return, I'll hear the knock." A week later, a box appeared on the porch. Inside was Liam's rebel gnome, repaired, its chipped middle finger now sporting a gold ring. Liam placed it back by the mailbox, defiant as ever. The neighborhood exhaled, but whispers lingered. Were the Harpers heroes or magnets for chaos? Was Ethan a savior or a vigilante? The viral doorbell footage sparked debates. How far is too far to protect your own? What do you think? Was Ethan's ruthless response justified, or did he cross a line? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate the ethics of taking justice into your own hands. And what about Liam's gnome? A symbol of rebellion or a reckless taunt? Drop your take below, and let's unpack this wild ride together.